What's up, Michigan fans? It's Clayton Safey from thewolverine.com here with 5 takeaways from the Wolverines' 52-17 win over Rutgers Saturday night in Piscataway. Starting with number one, the first half was Michigan's worst of the season. The Wolverines got up 7-0 after their first drive and forced a 3-and-out on their first defensive possession. It looked like the Wolverines were going to roll to victory as 26-point favorites. But it wasn't that easy, of course. It hasn't been the last few years against Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights blocked a punt and returned it for a touchdown. That was the 67th blocked kick under Greg Schiano in his 150-plus games as Rutgers head coach. The Scarlet Knights also hit on a couple big plays offensively, leading to a field goal and another touchdown. In addition, Michigan kicker Jake Moody missed a pair of 50-yard field goals. The Wolverines trailed 17-14 at the break, marking the first time they've been down at halftime this season. Before we get to our second takeaway, make sure to smash the like button on this video if you're feeling good about the 9-0 Michigan Wolverines heading into the last 3 regular season games. And as always, subscribe to our channel for more Michigan content coming your way. Takeaway number 2, turnovers were key in Michigan speeding past Rutgers in the second half. The third quarter had a completely different feel than the first two. The Maize and Blue started with a 3-and-out, then got a 57-yard touchdown scoring drive before Michigan linebacker Michael Barrett notched an early interception in the quarter, returned it to the 10-yard line. Running back Blake Corum scored his second touchdown of the game just 2 plays later. Then on Michigan's next defensive snap, Barrett picked off another pass and returned it to the end zone, this time for a pick six. Just like that, Michigan led 35-17. That was 21 points in just 1 minute and 42 seconds of game time. Later in the third quarter, freshman cornerback Will Johnson plucked his first career interception. That set up another Michigan score, and the Wolverines were rolling. They poured it on late and pulled away. Takeaway number 3, the second half was a masterpiece overall. Given the level of competition, it's hard to say definitively whether or not it was Michigan's best half of the season, but it's up there. No doubt about that. The Wolverines won the third and fourth quarters 38-0 and have now outscored their opponents 100-3 in second halves over the last 4 games. Just an incredible statistic. For the game, Rutgers totaled just 5 first downs, including just 1 in the second half. That blocked punt was huge for the Scarlet Knights, but other than that, they didn't get much going offensively, and Michigan's offense got going in the second half as well. Takeaway number 4, Michigan was much better in the red zone. The Wolverines settled for 7 red zone field goals in each of the prior 2 games against Penn State and Michigan State. It was a source of frustration from the fan base and the coaching staff. They knew they had to figure some things out. Well, it was a struggle early in the game with 2 goal line sets coming down to fourth down runs for touchdowns. They still punched it in. Michigan had 6 red zone touchdowns on 7 attempts, settled for 1 field goal there in the second half from Jake Moody, and it was marked improvement for the Wolverines in that area. It's going to be huge down the stretch to make sure Michigan punches in touchdowns rather than field goals when they get in deep, especially in some of these bigger games coming up against Illinois, Ohio State, and potentially beyond that. Takeaway number 5, Michigan surprisingly checked in at number 5 in Tuesday night's first edition of the college football playoff rankings, trailing number 1 Tennessee, number 2 Ohio State, number 3 Georgia, and number 4 Clemson. Clemson was especially surprising that they were ahead of Michigan, but it didn't matter because there's still a ways to go, and Saturday was a huge day for playoff movement. Michigan got exactly what it needed. Not only did the Maize and Blue win in dominant fashion, but Georgia knocked off Tennessee 27-13. Notre Dame pulled off an upset over Clemson 35-14. And Alabama, which was ranked number 6, 1 spot behind Michigan, they fell at number 10 LSU 32-31 in overtime. Michigan should move up to at least number 3 in this week's rankings behind Georgia and Ohio State. But the Buckeyes struggled against Northwestern this weekend. They won just 21-7 against the 1-8 Wildcats, and that could be enough for Michigan to surpass them and surge to number 2. We'll find out about that on Tuesday night. Thanks for watching. Make sure to smash the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel for more Michigan content.